Wow, Umarak The Destroyer, a fan favorite, an all-timer, a legendary G2 set. Is this the best G2 Bionicle set that we ever got? Look, that's a big claim, but I think it might just be true. Well, let's dive on in and see if that's the case. The vibe of Umarak The Destroyer is unlike anything we've ever seen. He's hulking. He's almost overflowing with raw energy and power. I mean, just look at the stickers on the torso. I always saw this as his body cracking open and power is literally seeping out. He's quite literally overflowing with power. He's put that mask on and it has transformed him into a horrifying creature. His power now manifests into crystals, spikes, and claws. Just looking at him, he's terrifying, he's imposing. And I like a lot of the similarities to his original form. For example, the shoulders, they remain the same. The feet, basically the same, but with a few upgrades. It's a little bigger. And the torso design feels similar, but instead of the smaller torso piece, now he's got the bigger torso piece, which feels like quite a fitting upgrade. I think the set designers did such a wonderful job of showing how the Mask of Control, simply putting that on your body, well, it has warped this character into something sinister. Seeing remnants of his older self being totally overtaken by this new hulking form. Wow, it's great. And how about these claws? The silhouette of that looks so impressive, so evil. You can't forget though, these have a neat little play feature. Just moving one of the fingers moves all of the other fingers. It's quite fun. And I really appreciate the fact that this is a gear function, and you can visibly see the gears. Visible gears is something that's so crucial to the aesthetic of Bionicle. We've been seeing it since the beginning of G1, and then it kind of disappeared. Gears became a lot less common in Bionicle sets. So it's so nice to see that triumphantly returning. Beautiful gears, a beautiful play feature. And just a great visual design. I mean, how good do these spikes look as talons? Heck yeah, man. The toy is also insanely posable. The digitigrade design of the legs themselves, it doesn't just look good. No, this design is sturdy, it can move, it can pose up a storm, it's so good. And I can't forget that mask. Oh baby. You can see a lot of the original designs from the original Mask of Control, but they found a great way to make it feel like it's evolved, like it's changing. Whether that's some of those ornate markings and symbols, or the new trans green highlights. I love those. It makes it feel like the mask is slowly evolving and changing his body. You get the sense that this newfound trans green power is coming from the mask and is physically changing him, almost like it's sinking its teeth into his body and evolving him. I think that's an incredible addition, and it looks so cool. Even the fact that the gold of the mask is blending into these horns. Horns that, as we saw in the original set, aren't necessarily linked to the mask. You kind of get the sense that eventually the mask would add more gold to other parts of his body. And maybe after a few years, his entire body would change into gold. The Mask of Control is literally slowly creeping over his body and, yeah, controlling him, overtaking his very spirit, his very body. This set does a magnificent job of showcasing that theme of control, and even some of the physical effects of what a Mask of Control would be doing. It's got such a striking silhouette. It captures the hulking look of this creature so well. For what was essentially the last Bionicle Titan that we ever got, I think they went out with a bang. I love this toy a lot. It accomplishes new ideas, brilliant play features, and designs that other Bionicle sets never even touched upon. Wow. Umarak is unlike anything we've ever seen before. Umarak The Destroyer, yeah, I think is the best G2 set we ever got. And there's some steep competition, there's a lot of other really good G2 sets. But what makes this set even better? Yeah, you better believe it. The pieces. Let's see what you get and how you can use them in your own creations. I do like these crystalline elements that make up his shoulders. Forge of Ataka uses them on the ends of this hammer It's a really nice design. I really get the sense that the character has gone off into nature, mined some crystals, and has used them to enhance his weapon. It gives it a bit more of a ragtag makeshift appearance that I really like. Plus, I mean, look at these pieces. That would hurt if you got hit by that hammer. It's all around just a great design. Yeah, but what about that brilliant mask? Well, Ray Lee has taken this mask and, well, still used it as a mask. But notice how he's taken advantage of the trans green and kind of extended it, using it to branch off kind of like a big crown. The two-tone color of this mask lets you do some pretty cool stuff. It invites you to customize it. It gives you so much room to enhance things. And check it out, it's got hair, little strands of hair coming out as well. Dude, this looks sick. That's the power of this mask. Gives you a lot of room to get creative. Oh, but what about the golden spikes? The big ones. Fuzzy Builds turns them into curvy arms and legs. It's using the black and the white ones, but still, you could do the same thing in gold. And look at the very distinct curvy shape that you're able to accomplish with these pieces. You'd struggle to pull off a design like that using any other element. Isn't that wonderful? How about the torso? With the stickers. Picniful uses them for a tower of acid. And yet, you know what? I mentioned before how those stickers look like energy flowing out of the body. Well, actually, it also kind of looks like acid coming out of the body. I feel like if you're making a tower with acid powers, you kind of need this piece. It really is a perfect match. Lee's also uses this element, but this time for shoulders. And that in itself is great. But I also like how it's complementing a few other printed pieces. The headpiece right here, the torso element. Isn't that cool? Complementing this with other decorated elements gives you a great result. Something to think about. Pair your printed and decorated pieces together and you'll get some good stuff. This trans green ribcage, what about that? Victor turns these into shoulder armor, and I really like that. Look at how this little spiky bit up here adds this nice upward energy to the creation. It's so dynamic, it just looks good. And finally, the spikes that are used on his claws. Well, Halloween has used them for Visorak. They cap off the ends of the legs quite well. Gosh, you know, this piece is very similar to the original legs that come on the original Visorak. I never noticed how similar they were. Fascinating. If you're building a Visorak, maybe you need some of these pieces. It'd be great for a revamp. But okay, that's the parts. However, you know what time it is. Let's check out a revamp of Umarak. What does he look like if you reimagine him? Leona Builds has taken a stab at Umarak, and dude, I love this. It's not as wild and as out of control as the original set. This feels a bit more tame, a bit more modest. The new body shape actually feels quite similar to the original Umarak the Hunter. It's kind of cool to see all these newer pieces reimagined in that original style. It works. Something about the vibe still feels so evil. He's got a lot of presence, a lot of power. Despite the massive change to his design, he still feels like the final boss. He still feels like the big evil bad guy. It is nice to see a lot more golden armor all over the mock, on the legs, on the shoulders, on the torso. It pairs excellently with the mask. I don't necessarily think the original set needed more gold like this, because it really felt like the gold was localized purely to the mask, and it drew your attention to it. It made you feel like, well, yeah, this mask is affecting everything else. But that's not really the vibe on this revamp. So the new hints of gold feel even more appropriate. And how about the ribcage pieces for gauntlets on the arms? That just looks cool. This set, these pieces, and this revamp. I'm telling you, man, Umarak the Destroyer is the best G2 set. He's so cool. No matter how you build this guy, no matter how you use his pieces, he's awesome. So that's Umarak the Destroyer. I'll say it, he's the best Bionicle G2 set we got. So glad we finished off with a bang. And also the fact that this set had a very limited release. There were parts of the world, including Australia, that never got this set. You gotta admit, the rarity does add a certain excitement to the set. It just makes him more dope. But that's all for today, guys. Be sure to take a look at the links below and see more from the builders I featured today. Go check out their stuff and continue to get inspired. Thanks for watching everyone, happy building, and bye for now. You know, if Bionicle G2 had continued, I hope we would have seen more from Umarak. He was just such a cool character. It'd be really fun to see what happened to him and how he might have changed.